distinguished guests, my fellow women in the room, and colleagues, partners, and friends, good morning. It's an honor and a privilege to stand before you today. So this year's theme, fostering visibility for women, no pause, no backslide, feels very important because if we're very honest with ourselves, so progress in this space doesn't always move in a straight line. It can stall and it can slip. And when it does, I think women are the first to feel that hit of when it stalls. So I'll talk a bit about my journey. So I'll take it more personal, right? So working in agribusiness and sustainability, I've spent a lot of time, don't mind this outfit, I've spent a lot of time in farming communities, traveling the length and breadth of Nigeria and West Africa, especially in northern Nigeria, not particularly for any other reason than, the space and the landmass and the level of work that goes on there. I've met women farmers who are incredibly disciplined and consistent, but they don't have the same access to inputs or finance or training as their male counterparts. But I've also seen something else, and this is what keeps me optimistic. So the moment you close even one of the gaps, just one, whether it's access to training or access to markets or access to structure or process, everything changes for the woman. Her confidence changes, her income changes, even how the women are perceived within their community begin to shift. That's the transformation that we're really talking about today. Women find ways to keep things going. So they're not just part of the system, they're actually stabilizers of the system. But there's still a gap. At the same time, there's also a disconnect. And what do I mean? When you move from the field to the decision-making spaces, the picture changes. Access to land is still limited. Access to finance is still uneven. And leadership across value chains still doesn't reflect the reality on the ground. I've been in rooms where key decisions about agriculture are being made. Because when women don't have full access to the resources and decision making, we're leaving productivity and value on the table. What we've seen in practice, including with IDH, gives me encouragement that we're not starting from zero. Through our work at TGI and in collaboration with partners like IDH, we've been able to see to an extent what works. We've been able to support, strengthen women's role in processing and improving how they connect this to structured markets. Through sustainability and certification programs, including those that are aligned with IDH's approach to building a more inclusive and traceable value chain, we've worked with women who are involved in aggregation, quality management, and even cooperative leadership. And what's interesting is that these are not always big. They're not always big, dramatic. In today's session, and that is, it's not about equality with the other gender. It's about equality and equity in the outcomes. Very critical message to take away from today's session, as well as women being in the rooms where the decisions are made. That's a very important part of today's conversation as well. Thank you.